Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Anna and I hope that you're having an amazing day. So first of all, are we straight here? I think we are. I think we're good. I think we're okay. We're okay? We're okay. So I am currently in a change of location. I'm currently in my English classroom here in Daejeon and I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys finally now that we're at the end of this long journey here, hopefully fingers crossed, with the coronavirus and just like my take on the situation and all of that. So what I'm going to touch upon briefly is just the numbers that are currently going on right now, my own experience, and just at the end of this video touch upon some tips and tricks for you guys who are in America or just worried about this coronavirus situation and all of that. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to hit you with some numbers. So currently, as of March 10th, now keep in mind the numbers are constantly changing like by the hour, so grain of salt right now. But currently, Korea is looking at 7,513 people with the coronavirus. Now, the main epicenter of this has been the Daegu city area and Gyeongbuk province, and I'll have a map outlining this. So in Daegu right now, there is 5,663 people with this, and in Gyeongbuk province, there's about 1,117 people. That's a lot. Now, I'm gonna tell you how many people have it in my city of Daejeon, which is 18. There were 19 yesterday, but one person recovered, so 18. So when I look at that and I look at just like the sheer volume in Daegu, I'm so grateful to be living where I'm living. And I'm honestly gonna tell you that life for me hasn't changed all that much, aside from obviously school has been closed and will be closed until March 23rd in order to help contain this virus. And I just haven't really been able to see my friends from outside of Daejeon or really in Daejeon. Like I've just been staying in my little area. So aside from that, my life hasn't really changed. All of my grocery stores have been stocked and have been open. Restaurants are still open. I mean, masks are hard to find and hand sanitizers was hard to find for a while there, but now the Korean government has been subsidizing how people can purchase masks and when you can. So there's this new system put in place for your birth year. So I was born in 1995, so it ends in 5. So on Friday, I'm allowed to go and line up to buy 2 masks with a set price of 1,500 won, which is about $1.40, something like that. So that situation has been taken care of. I haven't gone and done it yet because I still have some, but we'll be doing that soon. And yeah, overall, let's move back a little bit. So the huge outbreak happened around the end of February. I think it was the February 21st, 22nd, 23rd weekend. And during that time, there was a 31st patient in Daegu, and she was the one who was known as like the super spreader. She was a part of this Christian cult church there that just had different ways of worshiping. Wow, words. And basically because of her actions, it spread to countless amount of other members of the church and people in Daegu, and the numbers just haven't really stopped since then. Now, it is believed that we have reached the peak of it. Personally, I don't know. I feel like there might be another mini outbreak in other cities or provinces, just based upon like what it's starting to look like, especially in Seoul, which has the most amount of people. It's the largest city in South Korea, so God, if it gets hit with an outbreak, it's going to be bad. But the numbers have slowed down, so I'm hopeful. And honestly, at the start of this, people were panicking, masks were being sold out, hand sanitizer was non-existent. I was starting to get kind of caught up in it a little bit. And it's easy to, right? When everyone around you is starting to freak out, it's really hard to kind of sit back and center yourself. But if there is one thing that I've learned, it's that, be smart, but don't freak out. So, stock up on your canned goods, if you will, if you're in America. But honestly, I don't know. It's hard to say. I know that here in South Korea, I did stock up on non-perishable goods and stuff, but my city didn't get hit hard. And so because of that, things just kind of resumed as normal. Obviously, there's not that many people out. People aren't really going to restaurants because, you know, typically you share food here, and just not as many people out on public transportation. But overall, like, things have been going on as normal, just everyone's wearing a mask.
Hey guys, so a quick little pop in from Editing Anna. So I wanted to clarify a few things. Now, I'm not saying that like where I live, it doesn't feel like there's no tension or anything like that in the air. Like, people are still being cautious and still wary. Like I said, like restaurants aren't really filled with people, and people aren't going to the movies and doing their normal socializing thing, which if you lived in Korea, then you know that that's quite like abnormal. Korea is a very outside social culture, mainly because apartments are so small, so you can't really do like big hangouts at home, so you usually go out. So while things are still open, nobody's going out. And so I just wanted to make sure that it's understood that it isn't like life is like carefree and, you know, just wear a mask and all's well, but it isn't necessarily just panic stricken either. Like, stores are still open and people are just being extremely cautious when they go out. So you know, like, people aren't panic buying groceries. In Daegu, during that first kind of bout, or outbreak rather, you know, groceries were selling out, and there were going to be people who mass buy, but as a whole, and especially where I live, that wasn't really the case. Like, their groceries were still available, fresh fruit, fresh veggies are still available, canned goods are still there. So in that regard, things haven't really changed. So I haven't felt like this craziness. There were times where it was like nobody was out, and that always felt a little bit strange, but overall as a whole, life hasn't fully changed for me here, but things aren't just, you know, the same either. It's just I don't know, I don't want to mistell this. I don't want anyone to think that everything is crazy and we're in like the next zombie apocalypse type of situation. But it's also definitely not normal. So we're just somewhere in a healthy social distancing. Okay, I'm gonna go back, finish editing.
That's kind of what it feels like. And there's hand sanitizer everywhere. So for me, this personal experience, life hasn't necessarily changed. There's just kind of this tension and awareness, but slowly the tension has kind of been breaking. Whether that's good or bad in terms of containing this, I don't know. We will see. But honestly, I've come to become super grateful of the fact that I'm here in South Korea and experiencing it here, because America is not known for its healthcare. And yeah, it's just amazing what the Korean government has been able to do. If you are thought to have the coronavirus, you get free testing. Your hospital bills will be taken care of if you do contract it. The government will send you food for while you're quarantined. Like, it's just mind-blowing to see what national public health care looks like, and just so grateful to be a part of that system. So honestly, I feel like I'm in the safest country I can be right now for all of this, and it's still a little unreal when I think about it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm at a place where, you know, I'm washing my hands. I am wearing a mask while I'm out in public, which is what we're being told in South Korea. I know America is different, but in South Korea, we're told to wear the mask in order to stop spreading, just in case you're asymptomatic, because there have been cases of people like that, or having very, very mild symptoms to the point where they didn't even know they were sick, and they happen to have contracted it. So in order to prevent the spread, we're being told to wear a mask. But yeah, hand sanitize when there's no soap and water, soap and water when there is soap and water, and wearing a mask. And that's all I really can do at this point in time to help prevent contracting or spreading it. Now, if you're in America, there are a few things that I feel like you should keep in mind. If you are a teacher, reach out to your union lead if you're a part of the teachers union, and find out what will happen to your pay if your school does shut down for the coronavirus. I'm a public teacher here in South Korea, so I'm lucky enough to be receiving my full salary, but there are plenty of private teachers and hagwon teachers who are not getting paid, who are only getting like a percentage of their pay. And so I count my lucky stars that I'm getting paid, but check in to find out what is the action plan if this were to happen to you. If you're in America, I say wash your hands, stop going into crowded areas, minimize your social contact, start social distancing. That's the campaign that's been going on here. Start social distancing yourself, which is to mean, you know, stop going out and hanging out with people, because that's how it's spread. Someone coughs, rubs their eye, sneezes, that bodily fluid is put on an object, you touch that object, you then touch your face, you now have corona. So if you're not going out and touching people willy-nilly, or just in crowded areas where people are able to cough, sneeze, touch you, then you know you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be able to minimize your chances of contracting it. And once again, if you're young and fairly healthy, you're probably going to be able to survive this. It's not unlike the flu in a lot of ways, but I also wouldn't take it lightly. Do you know what I mean? Be smart. That's all I have to say. Be smart. You don't have to stockpile on tissue paper. I don't really understand why people are doing that in America. Someone please explain that to me in the comments. I'd really like to know. But, you know, just honestly, just be smart. Practice your normal hygiene, and that's all you really can do to help prevent you from contracting it. You can't control these things. And so it's a good lesson in learning to kind of just roll with the punches, be smart, stock up on non-perishables, but other than that, you know, just hunker in and get used to being a little bit more introverted than you might be used to if you're not an introvert. And that's it. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to add other than stop freaking out, everyone. But I've been there, so I get it. But seriously, do stay well, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys at the other end of all of this craziness. Also, please stop traveling. Like, it boggles my mind how many people are like taking advantage of these like lower prices because of the coronavirus, but like it doesn't make sense, because now you're spreading it more if you contract it. America, stop. But other than that, yeah, seriously, stay well, stay healthy, wash your hands, stop touching people, and that's all I got from you, for you guys. All right, so hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully this eases some of your coronavirus anxiety, and I hope to talk to you guys soon.